So we have our rifle ZBrush here. Make sure it's the right one and import it here. And now you can just drag it out. It may not appear right away, just start editing. There you go. Turn off the grid for you. So you can see it looks pretty good. Just switch the shader for something more. Looks like a really nice high poly sculpt, but you can still see some faceting on rounded edges and stuff. So what you can do is take Dynamesh and remesh all of this one by one in order for you to start sculpting, because obviously if you wanted some scratches or something, you would have to up-res the topology, because as it stands right now, you can see that it's going to be really hard to sculpt on this. And from here, you can just click export, save as OBJ, and you have yourself an OBJ. Now let's take a look at what we can do in Moya 3D. I have a slightly different interface, which I found some UI file that changes the interface for you online. Honestly, don't remember where. And what we're gonna do here is find our folder with the geometry. Make sure you have all supported files here, and this is going to be our rifle. It's going to take some time to import. In case of Moya 3D, because they're both CAD applications, we are importing CAD. There's no sense importing an OBJ here. As you can see, we have the rifle and it's still correct topology, so it's all CAD and it's still all editable. If you're working in Moya, you can continue modeling here, which I don't know why you would do that if you're working in Fusion. For me, it's either or. What we're going to do from here is just going to click save. We have our file. Save. Choose OBJ here. Give it a name. Rifle from Moya. And now we have our options. So this is where it gets a little interesting. We have quite a number of controls. What I'm gonna need is probably quads and triangles, because nobody likes n-gons. And we're gonna start adjusting what we're dividing here. So I'm just gonna be looking at something. That went away. It's okay. At something that has both curved and details and stuff like that. So I have a good example of what I'm converting to. Let's just do one. So quads and triangles, I'm gonna divide all. So it divides both curves and planes and all the details that I need. And then from here, you just start playing with your number input. You can see that this is getting somewhere, but still a lot of areas are going to be tough for baking or even for editing. Oh, god damn it. Let's try it one more time. Okay, so from here you can say just, it's all about angle that it divides at. And if you have a really complex model, sometimes it will just run out of memory. But let's see, I would say two. Not all of that makes sense, but a lot of times even this is going to be fine. We can also play with the aspect ratio. Let's say divide larger than. So you can see that you can adjust as well how many polygons you're getting on the outside. But this is not so good for baking. So obviously for this, the smaller we have, the smaller numbers we get, the better. But this is why I don't like Moi. Just random clicking off the window will stop it. Yeah, this is pretty good, and I believe that most of it will bake just fine, or at least it's going to be good for importing back into ZBrush and just running subdivide on it and then smoothing out all the problem areas. So to take it into Keyshot, you don't have to convert it into anything really. Like I said, Keyshot understands step and IGES, and as a concept artist, you're not delivering anything in real time. So what we really worry about is only rendering. And maybe the CAD files are good for 3D printing or manufacturing at some point. But for Keyshot, we're just going to use that IGS that we have exported. So let's pause right here and jump into Keyshot.